and syntax number 2 and syntax number 3 and syntax number 4 with the format function, syntax number 5 with the F, the letter called F and empty curly braces, and syntax number 6 with format specifiers, and syntax number 7 with printing the data in the same line. These are the things we have already completed. Now it is the time to go for another most important area, which I am discussing now. Reading the data dynamically from the keyboard. Reading the data dynamically to the Python program. So this is what is the concept we are going to discuss. So let us go to the program once, which we have done already in the class. Go to IDLE, Python, go to IDLE, Python IDLE here. So I'll go to File, Open. So there I will take it, already we did, batch mode. As a part of that, some ex1.py. This is the program we did. And in this, we mentioned the input directly in the program. We mentioned the input directly in the program. So how we can run it? If you run this now, so we got the value. And again, if we go to the place, again, if I run any number of times, same output will be coming. Let me open another program, students. Another program which we have, sum2.py. This is a program already we did. Here I mentioned my input directly. So that if I run this, I'm getting this. Again, if you run, same type of output is coming same. Forever, it is coming same. Even if I run this program hundreds of times, same output is coming. But that is not the way. When you go to ATM center, you will enter your PIN number. That is a dynamic. You are entering from where? Keypad. You are entering your username and then password to check your mail. Dynamically, you are entering. Right? Wherever you go, you are entering your secret number or any kind of capture code or OTPs or something to provide the dynamism to your application development. That's why, as a part of your application development, we have already done in our class. One more example also we did. Just you try to run that. It is asking the number like this. It is called what? Dynamic reading. So 20 I'm entering something like this 100. I am entering the data directly from the keyboard. This is known as what? Reading the data dynamically from the keyboard. Depends on my input. I'm getting the output something like this. Try to run again here. So I'm going to take up 1.2 and say something like 1.2. You are getting 2.4. Depends on my input. I'm getting the output exactly. That is what the topic I'm going to discuss today. So that topic name is called what? Reading the data dynamically to the Python program. How to read the data dynamically to the Python program. Very, very simple. So let's start with in Python programming. In Python programming, to read the data dynamically, to read the data dynamically, dynamically from keyboard, there are a lot of places are there to read the data dynamically. We are going to read the data dynamically from various sources. Like from files, we are going to take up from files in the sense there I'm going to introduce CSV file, JSON files, JSON files, JSON. These are very, very important in real time. From next is called a database. We are going to read. From Oracle database, we are going to read the data. From MySQL, we are going to read the data. From any of the database you like it. And from third-party module, third-party objects, we are going to read the data. Like ND array object we are reading. From data frame object we are reading. Like that, there are multiple external sources we are reading the data. So at this point of time, we are reading the data dynamically from where? Keyboard. This is very important. So to read the data dynamically from keyboard, we have two predefined functions. Two predefined functions. What are those predefined functions? We are learning it. They are number one. I'm going to write it. Number one is called input of, and second one is called what input of message. We are going to discuss. Let us start the first one here. Let us start the first one. And the concept is very simple. We do a lot of examples now. Coding related examples we do. So here, let us take the first one, input. So there I'm going to take it. The second one I'm going to take up, input of message. There I'm going to start with. So what is the syntax here? Syntax. Simple. Variable name is equal to input of, input of. By writing something like that, this function is meant for what? Reading any type of data which is entered from the keyboard, which will read and keep it into left side variable one at a time. Input function is used for reading the data which is entered from the keyboard, place it into left side variable name. So I'll write it. I'll show the example immediately. This function is used for reading any type of data, any type of data from keyboard, reading any type of data from keyboard, reading any type of data from keyboard, and placed in placed in LHS variable, LHS variable, and the value present in LHS variable is what type? STR type always. Once again, I'll repeat. The input function is used for reading any type of data from the keyboard and placed in LHS variable name. The value which is present in LHS variable name is always is of which type? STR type it is going to contain. And the value and the value present in LHS variable, LHS LHS variable present in LHS variable is of type class str. str. As a programmer, if you want any other type, what we will do? As a programmer, as a Python programmer, as a Python programmer, we convert str type value, str type value into other type, other type in the bracket, if possible, by using typecasting techniques. Typecasting techniques are already explained in the class. So this part we are going to say. Again, I will repeat. Important. Input function read the data from where? Keyboard. So Fardin is asking, what is the full form of LHS full form? Fardin is asking. Kaustav answered left hand side. Left hand side. Okay. They are saying both of them. Thank you. And both of them are charting by themselves. So good candidates, both of them. So now Fardin. So LHS don't know. This you don't know. Do you know LHS? Actually, you are a very gold medalist in full forms, correct? You are gold medalist in full forms, correct? Gold medalist. Hmm? So coming to that, as a Python programmer, we convert the str type value into which type? Other type by using which concept? Typecasting. So let us take the example directly. Let us move to the further. Let's go to the environment of PyCharm now. We'll go to PyCharm. Let us watch that example. Let's go to the PyCharm. Data read is our concept now. I hope everybody installed PyCharm, huh? Right? Go to the place. Now I'm going to say new project, new project. I'm going to take it 4 p.m. 4 p.m. data read examples. 4 p.m. data read examples. I'm going to give you a lot of examples here. Why today is less students? Why today less? 2024 onwards, Friday onwards, going to underground. Hmm? Friday, Saturday, Sunday, like that. I'm feeling some less students are there. Okay. Anyhow, it is their own interest. Coming to 4 p.m. data read, go to the first one. Data read example one. Data read example one.py. So there I'm going to write it, reading the data from that. Directly I'll write the variable name. What is the variable name? Directly I will take the syntax. Just watch it. Directly I'm taking something like this. Variable name is equal to input of. Take any variable name, KVR I am taking. Any variable name you take it. Just print KVR comma, print of, KVR comma, type of KVR you print it. Just try to print it. Run this code. See students, you try to take up this one. I will say move to top right side. You try to understand. Here I'm taking right side. Now cursor is just waiting there. Cursor is waiting simply for what purpose? For giving you the value from the keyboard. Actually, end user don't know that why cursor is waiting because there is no labeling, right? When you are going on some roads, so there are some labeling as there. Labeling is there or not? Left side something, right side something like. So when I enter 100, when I enter 100, what is happening? This 100 read by which function? Input function kept into KVR. And KVR will print that value and then type. So see that now it is 100 and then what? STR. Any type of value you people enter that is just kept into the left hand side in the form of which type? STR type. Again you run it and see that input function. Again you run it and the cursor is waiting simply. And this is not the correct way of just giving the cursor without any message. What I need to give? What I need to give? Enter value. Enter a value. This is known as what? User prompting message. User prompting message we can call. User prompting message. Such user prompting message is not there in this example. So I'm entering 12.34. Also which type? STR. Again you run it. Again I am entering through. What I entered? Boolean. What is treated internally? STR. I will enter something like 2 plus 3j, complex number. What it is going to be? That means input function will read what you entered in the form of which type? STR. So even if I enter Python programming, even if I enter Python programming, completely that entire thing will read what? Input, but kept into LHS variable side, which is of which type? STR type. Are able to follow? So instead of giving a program without this, I'm giving in the beginning print of enter any value. Enter any value. This is called what you know, user prompting message. What is this now? User prompting. Any type of value it can read kept into LHS variable. LHS variable is of which type? STR type. Now you run it and then see. Now it is going to be available. Now see the message right side. Now these people can understand. Enter any value is called what? User prompting message. So now I'll enter 123. It is of what type? STR type. Again you run it. It is going to be 34.56. Also it is STR. Even if I enter something like 2.3 plus 4.5J, it is known as what again? STR. So irrespective of what you entered, automatically it is coming. Are you able to follow? Now I will go for this is a small example. Students, data read example 2. This print statement is giving what? User prompting message. Based on the prompting message, people are entering the value that will be read by which function? Input function. So two things I am using. One is the print function for user prompting, and one more is reading input I am using. Both of them I want to do with a single statement only. That is the second one. Second one. So what is the second one I am saying? Syntax I will take it. What is the syntax? Variable name is equal to input of what I am saying now. Message I am going to say. What is this point I am going to say? This function is used for reading any type of data from the keyboard and placed in LHS variable, and the value of LHS variable type is STR. As it is, it will come, and with this function, with this function, additionally, with this function, additionally, we get user prompting message. User prompting message. User prompting message. This function, with this function, additionally we get which message? User prompting message. Here I will write it. Here message represent str type, and it is and message type, message is here, message represents user prompting message, user prompting message, user prompting message, and whose type is what? str. Whose type is str. So directly this will give the message as well as what it will read also. So better I will go for what? Input of message. Whose type is which type? str only. So as simple, same thing, I will use this way also. So as a Python programmer, we convert str type value into what? Other type by using typecasting. Let me go to the another example. Same thing. Data read example 2.py. Online students, follow this. Input of daily, we will use this example. Data read example 2.py. Go to the place. Now I'm writing data read example 2.py. Here I'm going to say, tell me now, what is my previous one? This is called what? User prompting message. And this is called what? Reading the data from the keyboard. Both of them combined together, I will write it. KVR is equal to input of, I'm writing, enter any value. Enter any value. Just to try to remember and print the data. Print of, print of KVR comma type of KVR. So try to run this now. You observe it carefully. See students, is my message came or not? This is called user prompting message coming through which function? Input function. This data I'm entering. See students, my cursor is close to E. Cursor is close to E. If I enter 1, 2, 3, it is just mixed with 1, 2, 3. Now it is going to print what? 1, 2, 3 is which type? str. Instead of just close to this 1, 2, 3, what I do is just, it's my personal interest, I will write colon. It's not a syntax or something. It's only for good looking purpose. Now see that now it is exactly waiting colon. Now I'm entering 12.34. It is good readability will be there in that. So it is going to give you 12.3 is which type? So str. Now I'm entering something like true, which is also called str. Now I'm going to write 2 plus 3j. It is called which type? str type. You enter whatever you like it. Python I am just writing. It is str. So finally, we understood how to read the data with input function, how to prompt using what? Input function itself. Now I want to convert into which type? Int type I want to convert it. So I'm going to take up convert into which type? Int type. So I'm going to write it convert provided. Assume that assume we entered which type of value? Int type value in which type? str format we entered like this, like this. We entered 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 is which type? str. Like that I expected. Like that I expected. This value I'm converting into which type? Integer type. How do you convert into integer type? X is equal to int of what? KVR. Print that. Print of what? X comma type of X. See that you are going to get it. So here 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 is str and I'm converting into what? str. So this is called what? Entering the data and converted into which type? Int type. Did you understand this? Now, another way, because this is one format. Earlier also you can convert it. Earlier also you can convert it. Now, another way is, if you follow me, one shortcut process I'm going to tell you. So that directly I'll go to the example. See students, data read example 3.py. Why I'm saying these many ways for you? Look at here. As usual, let us take this data, which you already aware of it. And coming to this file name also, I will write it. So here I am writing it. Data read example 3.py, 3.py. Enter any value. Not only this name, you can take any of the name also. something like value, you can take it. Which is of which type? Which is of which type? str type. Print of value comma type of what? Value. You got it. And see this carefully. Now I'm saying something like 456, which is of str type. Later what we did? Some x is equal to int of what? Val. Int of val. Or I can say what? Float also you can say, which is printed as what? X comma type of x. That is what we did in the last class. You say here 12. 12.0 will be printed. So if I use a float type, it will work out for integer as well as float. So if I say 12.34, it is going to give you what type? Float type. Already it is containing what? str. Done. Now students carefully think. Input of you have written, float of value also you have written. Now you need to understand one technique from now onwards. This value is equivalent to what? In the place of value, you can write what? Input of this value, you can write it. So what I am trying to write is value is going to contain this statement result. That statement directly I will write in this place. Directly I am writing in this place so that I don't write both of them now. So that my program will be little efficient. So this is comes under what? Start. What type of value will come? str. That I am converting immediately to which type? Float type. That is what I am expecting today. I think this you are understanding. This you are understanding. Now you print it. See carefully. Watch it. Now I am entering 12. 12 will be read by what? Input of. Input of. Converted immediately to which type? Float type. That is called 12.0 float type. You enter one more time 1.2. Who will read that? Input of. Converted into which type? Float type. So I got the result like this. Okay now? From now onwards, I will use like that. Can we go to the coding now? Right. Online students, is it clear? Is it clear now, students? Now let's move to the further. Open the notes now. Open all of you notes. Now, from now onwards, I'll go for examples will do. I'll dictate the questions for you. You try to do it. Some homeworks will be given. And I don't give difficult homeworks for you. Easy homeworks I'll give. Write a Python program. Write a Python program. Write a Python program which will accept two numerical values. 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 And find their multiplication. And find their product, you write. Find their product. Find their product. Find their product. Find their product. Are you following? Now look at. So what is that? What is that statement says? First, you have to understand the problem first. So these are beginner students. You need to understand from now onwards carefully. So you, like that, students are becoming option to the classes. How they will come up in their life, I don't know. So anyhow, whoever is there in the class will move to the further. So how many values you need to read? Two values, so that multiplication will be done. So carefully try to follow. I will go to this place. Here I am writing MUL, MUL, MUL values example1.py. Look at that various varieties of models I will show you. Try to follow. MUL values example1.py. So I will first go for what? Reading first value. Convert immediately into which type? Float type. Read second value. Convert into which type? Float value. Multiply both of them. So let us start with x is equal to, directly I will take float, input of, already explained, enter first value. Enter first value. Okay. Is it understandable? Next. I'll go for next one more. Y is equal to float of, input of, enter second value. Enter second value. and I set y value is available there. Next, z is equal to what? X into y, multiplied. Now I need to print the result. How do you print the result? Print directly, I will say. And one more thing I want to say, one important point I want to say. This is a line I am printing here. This is called what? One simple line I am writing this much. The old process. And the new process says that the symbol called what? Slash, hyphen, to be repeated for how many times? 50 times. Let me explain that mechanism here for 2 minutes. 2 minutes I'll explain. Actually, I need to explain yesterday only, but time was up. Look at S is equal to Python. S is equal to Python. My requirement is I want to print Python, Python, Python. I want to print 3 times Python. I want to print. How to print generally? S is equal S plus S plus S. So we are concatenating S plus S plus S. 3 times I am concatenating S value, S value, S value. 3 times I am concatenating, keeping the result in where? Yes. So that you print it yes here. So that it is going to print Python here. So you know already yesterday only plus is for what? Concatenation. Mathematically, if you try to understand S plus S plus S, and mathematically, if you take it, it is a 3S. S common if I take it, 1 plus 1 plus 1, like this. It is called what? S3. Or it is called what? 3S. 3S means what? 3 star S. Or S3 means what? S star 3. This is permitted to give you. So here I am writing one more thing, you take it. S is equal to Python. You say S star 3, you say. Any str value, any str value is having star with a numerical integer value, with a numerical integer value. Any str value having the star symbol with a numerical integer value, this value repeated for that many number of times. So the star symbol is called what? Repeated operator. A repetition operator we can call. So S into 3 is known as what here? Python is printed this many times. In other way around, this is called yes, this is called yes, and I say 3 into yes, I will say 3 into yes, I will say it is going to be repeated yes this many times. Are you following me? Now you take LST is equal to 10 comma RS, you say. This I want to repeat for 3 times. What I will do? LST dot 2, LST star 2. It is repeated how many times? 2 times. LST dot LST into 4, 4 times it is repeated. I think you are following. So now answer my question. What is this now? What is this now? Equal to within the double quotes. Which type? String type. I will say what? 10. How many times the symbol repeated? 10 times the symbol repeat. If I want to repeat for 20 times, I'll go for 20 times. If I want the symbol called what? Dollar to be repeated for 50 times, I will write this. Are you able to follow? So, see students, print off. I'm writing like this. I'm writing like this. This is going to be a old process, old style. This one, I want to say print off. What I will do, this symbol into, say, take for example, 50 times. The symbol hyphen repeated for how many times? So like this it is repeated. Understood? Huh? Now, answer my question. 3 star 4. 3 times 4 repeated or 4 times 3 repeated? Hmm? Good. Like, clear? Huh? Can I ask one question? You will answer? Good. Now I will write it. 4, little gap I will give. 4 into 3 into 2. Answer. So option A, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4. Option B, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4. 444 like this. Next option C, option C, no, option C. It is option C. Value error. Option D. Type error. Option A, B, C, D. Quickly. Option. Option A. Okay. C. Answer you see. That. Are you following? Good. Now I am going to write it. One more thing. Good students. 3 plus 2. 3 plus 2. Quickly. 5 times 4. So option A. 444. 444. Option B. Type error. Option C. Value error. And option D. No output. Answer. Option A. Wrong answer you are. Now, see, what is this is repeated? How many times repeated? For example, because plus star, which one will be given first preference? Budmouse rule, multiplication. So how many times 4 is repeated? 4, 4, 4. Plus 2. To the string data, what is not possible to add? Enter. So it is called error. Which error? Type error. So you people are Madhubabulu, you will say like that you will say. So you will not think about seriously like that. See that how danger it is. Are you following? Now, I'll ask the question. I'll ask the question. Now you answer my question. Come on. 5 times 4. Right. Done. Because the bracket will be evaluated first. Now, seriously, P plus 4 plus star 2. Answer. Answer. P44. P44. Option B. P4. P4. Option C. Option C. 4 PP. Option D. Type error. Quickly. Huh? P44. Okay. Option B. Anybody? P4. P4. Hmm? What do you say? So here answer is star is there, plus is there. Which one will be given first preference? Star. What is that answer? As it is P will be there. Star 4 4. It is also str type. Both of them will be concatenated. Answer is this one. Answer is this one. Like this. Clear or not clear? Clear. So like that you need to take care about this. So coming to the point of it, now I'm going to enter into this level and this is done. Print of, so here I'm writing, see students, print of value of x is equal to, value of x is equal to dot format of x, print of what I'm saying, print of what I'm saying, value of y is equal to dot format of what? Y, dot format of y, print of what? Result is equal to dot format of what? Z I am taking, Z I am taking. And I am closing this line, closing line also I am keeping it like this. Try to run this now. See this data now, 4 and then see 7. I got the data like this. Are you able to follow? Now you try to run it 2.5, 2.5, again 2.5. It is going to be what? 6.25. Are you able to follow? This is about the way which we entered and calculating done. Clear or not clear? So in another way, if you want to do it, in another way, if you want to do it, see students, one more way I'm showing. Another way, second model I'm going to show you. 2.py, 2.py, there I will carry this entire thing. As it is, I will carry, and here I'm trying to paste it. The same approach in another way I'm going to get it. Just remember that and I will do print of enter two numerical values. enter two numerical values. I am giving one time only message. X is equal to, directly I am writing what? Float of input of, float of input of. This is called without message. This one, I am using this one. Are you getting? Anyone, for anyone I can use it. Next I will go for what? Y is equal to float of input of. I'll write it. I'll write it. Both of them got it. Now I'll print the multiplication. How do you print it? Print of MUL of, I'll say first value, second value is equal to final value, dot format of x comma y comma x into y, x into y. Did you understand? This is the another way. Try to run it. See students, enter the value 2.2.3 and next is called something like 4. Got the answer called what? 2.3 comma 4.0 is equal to what? 9.2. Getting or not? So you say one more value here, something like 7 and something like 5 and 6 is called 30. Getting up? Right. This is related to one more. Two values we are entering. Two times I am saying input of, separately I am reading and I am getting the data like this. Last and final, everything I will do it in one line only. Everything I will do it in one line only. And don't try to look for everything in one line. Just I am trying to say. Go for this now. Go to this place. Now I am going to take it. 2.py, 3.py I am going to take it. Now say here 3.py. So what we used to do? Come on, directly we say z is equal to float of input of enter first value. Enter what value? First value. Okay. I will do star. I'm going to do where another format of showing. Enter what value? Second value. Enter second value. Directly I'm printing. Print of what? MUL of first value first MUL is equal to what I'm doing? Comma what? I say dot. Format of what? Z. That's all. Execute that. I'm trying to say 2 and say 5.6. Are you following me? This way also you can do it. See the multiple ways I'm showing. If you have very good hair cutting, hair is there on your head, you can comb any direction. If you don't have any physical hair, nothing, comb is not required, nothing is required. Ring road, bypass road only. Subject knowledge is also like that. Okay now? So try to improve your efficiency. What I'm doing here, Z. In place of Z, what I will do? This entire statement I will write here. This entire statement. Let it be, this is keep it as this. I'll go for one more time. Keep it here. I'm going to take up. This is called 4.py. 4.py. Keeping this as it is. Here I am writing. Keeping this as it is. 4.py here and I'm writing in place of Z. Z is equivalent to this entire thing now. Z is equivalent to this entire thing. I'll copy that and put it into this place and try to remove that entire line. You see this? Single line I wrote my entire code. But if you become genius in coding, you can apply this type of techniques. Are you genius? Are you genius? You're genius outside, no? You will do everything outside except studies. Correct? పలకండి మాట్లాడండి స్పీక్ అవుట్ ఆర్ యూ జీనియస్ ఆర్ నాట్ జీనియస్ ఆర్ యూ జీనియస్ నో ఓకే సో సీ దట్ నౌ కమ్ టు ద పాయింట్ సో ఐ విల్ గో టు 2 I'll go to 2.3 got the answer called 4.6 you're not genius what you are then what you are now anybody said in your life you are genius like nobody normally living you're not genius genius in full forms why you are looking like that. So try to be a genius. So if you practice this coding, definitely will become genius. So you want to become genius? Read the notes well. Attend the class daily. Don't miss the classes. So, so Prasad is saying, sir, after giving this good knowledge, you make us feel genius. Okay, just done like this. So coming to the point back, I think you are following this entire line. Is it okay? Shall we go to next example? Right down. Open the notes. Write a Python program. Write a Python program. Write a Python program. Write a Python program. Which will, which will, which will, which will calculate, which will calculate area of rectangle. Area of rectangle. Small examples. Very small example. Area of rectangle. Do you know area of rectangle formula? What is the area of rectangle formula? Length into breadth. See students, programming is really an art student. To get the job in software field, this is only the weapon for you to get it into career. Any kind of student. So let us take the logic for that. How to generate the logic? First, you have to understand the problem. What is the problem? Write down what is that? Area of rectangle is equal to what is the formula? Length into breadth. This is called the formula or not? This is called the formula. So what to do? What is my RHS side, right hand side? Inputs. If inputs are available for me, then I will calculate what? Area of rectangle. If no inputs are available, I cannot calculate what? So which one I have to read from keyboard? Length, and then I can go for calculating. So what you will read from the keyboard? Length and breadth. Next you will apply this formula or not? Then I will print length, breadth, area I will print. Can you tell me how to write the code now? Come on. Now I'm going to take up area or rect area. Rect area dot py. Rect area dot py. See that for I'm giving file name also here. I'll write the question also on the top of it. Program for calculating area of rectangle. If you want, I will write it. Actually, area of rectangle is equal to length into what? Width. For your clarity purpose. See students, remember all times RHS value, that is what I highlighted, is called input. I need not to know formulas. Input. Right hand side things are called input. I need to get from where? Keyboard. That I need to calculate, keep the result in where? Area of rectangle. Tell me now. Come on, tell the code in the class. Length is equal to, Madhu come on. Length is equal to GTH. Length is equal to, come on, float of. You can take input of also. For example, if I take int, for example, input of enter length. Enter length. Next, I will take what? Breadth is equal to int of input of enter breadth. Enter breadth. Okay. Now I got my input. Calculate the area. Calculate area of rectangle. It is a commenting I am writing. Tell me, area is equal to, don't write like that. Area of rectangle is equal to like that, because spaces are not allowed within the variables. So you have to write what? Area is equal to length into breadth, you need to write it. This is called a formula applied according to my mathematics formula. If you want to print, you can print. What is that? Symbol star to be repeated 50 times. There I will write it. There I will write it. Length of rectangle in a systematical if you want to display. And you know dot format of what? Length. I'll say next is called what here? Breadth. So I'm writing here. Breadth of rectangle is equal to, I'll write it. Dot format of what? Breadth I will write it. Then now I will write it here. What is this now? Area of rectangle is equal to dot format of what? Area. So area. I will write it here, area. Are you able to follow? And closing line also I will write it. One closing line for looking decorative output. So try to run it. So try to run it. You know how to run it? Run this. So asking 10 and 20. Got the data? Are you getting? Suppose if you want to print your result, little center of your screen, like in place of displaying here, like here I want to display center of the screen. I will apply here what I am applying \t, \t, some tab spaces. Tab, you already seen in C language. \t, \n, some lines like try to run it now. You see that I said 10 and then 23. I got it. What some gap is coming or not? This is the one. One more \t will give you much spacing. Much spacing will be coming. \t. Try to run it again here and 15 here and then some 20 here. I got much spacing before. Are you able to get it? Done. 300 we got it. Finally, students, I concluded that this is the data. The most important point I want to tell you is this conversion process you see once. Try to run again. So when I enter 5 and 6 as an input integer data, I got the result properly. But when I enter here 5, 2.5, and then you got an error. Why 2.5 we got an error? Because there is a dot. In the typecasting concepts, I said to you, 4 p.m. typecasting techniques, in the int type, there is a str float here. Str float into int type not possible. That days only I said to you already, this is not possible to convert. So what is my requirement today? I want to get it integer type as well as float type. Both of them I want to do it. Better to go for what? Any numerical values are coming in front of you. Better to go for maximum time what? Float. So that it can take integer data as well as float data. Both of them can be taken up. So 1.2 and then 3.4. I got the output something like this. Okay, now students. Is it comfortable? So we got the result. Did you understand \t is here? Got it. So I think you are comfortable about this explanation, right? Online students, are you able to follow now? Are you able to follow now? Quickly respond. Is all the students in the online is comfortable? So here, let us move to the further. Okay, now can I give one homework for you? Simple example. Write down. Write a Python program. Write a Python program. Write a Python program which will calculate circumference or which will calculate circumference or perimeter. Circumference or perimeter which will calculate circumference or perimeter of rectangle. What is the formula? See, students, here you know, because these are all going to be very, very important for you. Beginning, you are a beginner now. So what is this now? Perimeter of rectangle is equal to, tell me, 2 into, generally, this is the one you are writing. This is the one you are writing. 2 into, this is a formula, students. 2 into length plus breadth. Length plus breadth you are writing. 2 into length plus what? Breadth. So this can be 2 into mathematical notation. You will be writing as what? 2 into L plus B you are writing. Of course, length plus breadth you are writing. So I hope you will do this. Will you do that? Yes, you do that. Homework. You need to do homework, students. If you don't do homework, I cannot do anything else. It is your choice. Because I gave you easiest one. I did that. Similar model, I gave an example. If you do that model, you'll become good student. Otherwise, if you don't practice, what can I do? So it is your individual decision to become good or bad. Next, one more. Write down. Write a Python program. Write a Python program which will calculate, which will calculate, which will calculate area of a circle. Area of a circle. Area and circumference of a circle. You write both of them. Area and circumference of a circle. Area and circumference of a circle. Area and circumference of a circle. Come on. What is the area of a circle? Yes, good. Pi r square. So pi r square. Pi into r square. So r into what I will write? R. Pi. What is the pi value? You can substitute 3.14. Like that. What is the perimeter of circle? 2 pi r. Perimeter of circle. Perimeter of circle is equal to what? 2 into pi into r. You will do it. So I will take the r as a input. R radius, that is important. R as a input. So here I want to tell you something important point I want to tell you. That's why let me do it, student. All of you look at. I will send you this code also to students. Circle area perimeter dot py. Circle perimeter dot py. Carefully try to follow. Now program for calculating calculating area and perimeter is nothing but what? Circumference. Area and perimeter of what? Circle. So let us take r is equal to float of input of enter what? Radius. Enter radius. Okay, done. Now I need to calculate what? Area of a circle. How do you do? Area is equal to area of circle. So CA is equal to circle area is equal to 3.14 into R star star R into R. R into R. In Python, R into R is nothing but what? Something like a R square. It can also be written as what? Star star 2 also you can do it. This I will explain very soon. That is a tomorrow only I am starting. Operators in Python. Operators in Python I will explain tomorrow next chapter. Then this is done. Now perimeter of circle. CP is equal to circle perimeter is equal to 2 into 3.14 into what? R. In place of 3.14, as Prasad is asking, can we write 22 by 7? Why not? You can write 22 by 7 also, no problem at all. You can write this answer also, no issue. So both of them calculated. Now print the result. What is the result now I am saying here? Something like this you are printing. Always try to print the result like this. So here I am trying to write it. Here I am trying to take it. Backslash t radius is equal to dot format of what? Dot format of what? Or dot format of or print of what? Next backslash t. Area of circle is equal to dot format of what? CA. Next I am writing backslash t. What is this next? Perimeter of circle is equal to dot format of what? CP. This is the one you are getting it. Careful, students. Now I'm entering like this. Careful. 1.2, I got the data like this. Okay. Area of circle, I got it. 4.52159999. So much of data is there. I want to print after the dot only 2 decimal places. Here also I want to print, it is perimeter of circle is printed what? Instead of what? 7.536. Here also 2 decimal places I want to print. Are you able to follow? How to print it? Now I am going to print or I want to print like this. I am going to say, tell me same to same I will carry. Same to same I will carry. In another model I am printing the output. See that here I will write what? Percent F. Percent of what I will write? 0.2 F. And I will write it percent of what? CA. Okay now? Space. Similarly, I will write it what? Percent of 0.2 F. I will write it what? Space. Percent of what? C. CP I wrote it. And try to follow me carefully. Try to follow me carefully here. Try to run this data. I have 1.2. What is my data? You observe it. In this case, 1.2, 1.2, 452. That is 4.52 only printed because it is a 1. Third one is 1. I already said below 5, it is going to be as it is. 5 and above, it is going to be next one. See, 5.53, it is 6 is there. It is becoming what? 54. Understood or not? Yes. Next, I want to show you. This is called one model student. Another way of showing the result. I want to tell you one more result for you students. One more result I want to show you. Here you are using what? 0.2 F. In place of that, what I'm going to do is same thing you write it, comma. What I'm doing generally, we can write it what? CP you can write or not. You can also write it what here, comma what? Here CA, and what I will write it here, CP. You can write. This is called a comma model. Today, what is the answer we got it earlier? Now you see that result once you recap. This is the data, right? This is the data. This is the data what we have. This is CP data you see. CP data is what? CP data is 7.56. 536. 536. We used what? 0.2 F we used it, correct? Today we are going to use it. There is a function called a round function student. Round. What is the function name? Round. Round of. I will say CP. How many decimals you want to round? 2. There you are writing 0.2 F. Here what you are writing, that 2 you are writing in the round. The round function round the CP value by considering how many decimals? 2. To round the second decimal, it will consider what? Third. The third one is 5 and above. It is 5 and above. It is going to become what round function will do. As usual, 7 point what? 54 it will be. It is an alternative for which concept? 0.2 F concept. Are you able to follow me? So either you can use a 0 point what? Either you can use a 0.2 F, 0.2 F. You can use what also? Round function also you can use it. Able to understand now? So I'm using what now? Come on. Round of, come on. CA comma 2. Next is what here? Round of what? CP comma 2. CP comma 2. Start now. Understand. Here I am writing. Here I am writing 1.2. See the data. For 1.2, 4.52, 7.54. As it is giving the same answer or not? You try to run it 1.56. 1.56. See students, this is an answer we have 64 only and 9.79. Since it is a 6, it is going to become what? 9 point what? 80. Able to follow? Here also same thing. 7.64. 9.8 is nothing but 9.8. If you write this 0, there is no value. You know that? So this is called what function? Round function. Take care if you are interested in little deep of it. 12.34345. So say here round of a comma 2. Answer. Come on, 12 point. 12 point. Right. Now I'm going to write it. Now I'm going to write it. Okay, that is fine. A is equal to something like this. 443 I'm having. What is an answer? Come on. 3, 4 only. Comfortable? Good. Now A is equal to 123.4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4 like that. And I am writing A. What is an answer? Come on, answer. 123.4 point what? Yes. So see that it is going to be like this. So this is very common. But when I ask this question in interview, how I will ask, when I ask in written test, nobody will answer it. Look at that. See that carefully. What is my question? Very regularly asking. It is a question in the PayPal. It is a question in the PayPal, of course. Let me take up 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And asking -2. -2. Very danger. This is everybody will answer because I explained it to you. Okay. You are happy. But this question is coming, okay, you will enjoy. But this question is coming, you will think that printing mistake this is. Is it a printing mistake? Huh? No, it's a full dominated question. You take any Python teacher and ask this question. That time, minus says what? That dot is there, na right side two values will become 0. Right side two values will become 0. Try to look at what is happening. 12.00, rest of them will become what? 0. Did you understand? Important. Next, no problem. See that 3 minus 3. What is an answer? Come on. Everything will become 0. And how many are going to be? So, like this. Clear or not clear? Clear. Now I'll write it. Now I'll write it. Here I am writing -4. What is an answer? 0.0. Easy or difficult? This, if this is coming, you should answer like anything. Okay, now? Yes. Take care. And that's why this kind of thing multiple times, even if I don't tell, even if I don't tell this round function, nothing will happen because you are already full happy with what 0.2. But if I go on telling this type of what extra subject and everything, that only will be blessing for you. That will come in many of the companies. And Python is so danger. They will ask the questions where you did not hear about it. That's what other people are doing. But we cover everything in the subject which you are going to, because I've seen lot of questioning models in interviews and all. That's why you must be careful enough. So for your better knowledge, I'll keep these results for you. I'll keep this output for you in these cases. So here I'll carry this entire thing. Here I'm going to carry this entire thing. Try to look at. Here I will keep it. Here I will keep it. So here I will keep this results. As it is, I will send it. You also try to follow. This is an output. This is an output. Just keep it out. Are you okay? So will you understand this now? Good. So coming to the point of it, now you are understanding about this data here. This data here. Okay now? Try to work out well after going to home. So this is about the concept of what? Circle area of this one. Okay. Next, one more. Write a Python program. Write a Python program. Write a Python program which will which will calculate which will calculate which will calculate area and circumference of area and circumference of area and circumference of area and circumference of square square square. Right. Upendra. Upendra is asking something. Sir, you please explain the join function, sir. Upendra, when you ask, I don't explain. That I am the one which I don't follow the student instruction. Where I will explain, Upendra, you just look at. That means you already know Python, I think so. Correct, Upendra? So, Upendra, you are asking join function. You see in my class where I am explaining. Just look at mom. And you don't feel because of my straight answer to you. And you come to this place if you come to my place, if you see where I used to explain to you people, 7 a.m. you come, string handling part 2. String handling part 1, part 2, I said or not? While I am explaining indexing, slicing operations on string, there's the part 2 I said. In the part 2, I am going to explain what the student is asking. Upendra, try to respond. List of functions which I am explaining in that. So here, these are the 6 functions. String handling part 2. This is another 5 functions. This is another 2 more functions. This is another 2 more functions, 5 more functions. These are the functions. See how many I am explaining? 20. In that Upendra subject is what? Join. Upendra is called what? Join like this. Upendra asked one only, but I am explaining 19. Okay, Upendra. Happy, huh? So if you want this part, I can say S is equal to Upendra. Upendra. So actually, LST is equal to S dot split off. S dot I am going to use it. List off I am going to take it. Actually, I don't want to divert it because Upendra asked. That's why I'm saying that. This is called Upendra is letter by letter, letter by letter. I want to prepare as Upendra name. It's a letters. So what I will do? Not a join off. What is the join? You don't worry. I'm going to explain in the class. Upendra coming or not? Upendra become letters. Letters will become what? Line. So that's why Upendra. Don't get tension, Upendra. I'm here to sort it out. So already you learned Python, huh? Upendra. Do you know Python already? Quick. Yes. So the Python which you know, the Python which you are listening my class, any difference is there? Huh? Just a survey I'm asking. And don't think that here internal marks are there. Openly you tell me. Here nothing is KVR sir don't know Upendra. Upendra don't know KVR sir. It is not a college open debate. So are you feeling any difference in my class and you know already the Python? Quickly respond. Difference is there. Hmm. Somewhat I learned from you. Huh? No, no, not like that. I'm saying somewhat I have learned from you, sir. What I'm saying. Are you my previous student? Huh? Are you student of some other? So don't make my conversation so long. Make it quick. Earlier, you know Python. Are you from somewhere, some other faculty, or from my? So, hmm, come on, Upendra. Upendra may be fearing, I think so. Pardini is saying one thing what I have hmm, from documentation you learned. Mhm. So, did you understand documentation? So, okay, that will be going long. Ferdin is saying one thing, what I have understood is that you are creating reason for every coding. That is what is needed. That is a actual coding learning. Okay. So Kanhaya saying that. So one question, many way. Okay. So off output. That is required. That is what Ferdin understood. That's good understanding. That is what you need to. Okay. That's why student. Who is that? Upendra. So if you read documentation, nothing will come out of that because the documentation will not be coming like a teacher in the sequence they don't give. Whatever the way like it, they will be preparing. If you follow the teacher, you'll get a sequence: breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks in the middle, drinks in the middle, like that. Otherwise, it will be given something somewhat unordered part. It will be coming. Digestion problems will come. That's why some order to be followed. Okay. So this part very soon after the operators, I used to explain. Okay now? So one more. Write up. Write a Python program. Write a Python program which will calculate, which will calculate, which will calculate simple interest, which will calculate simple interest. which will calculate simple interest and the total amount to pay, and the total amount to pay, and the total amount to pay, and the total amount to pay. Look at students. What is the formula? Don't know. Simple interest. Formula don't know. SI is equal to PTR by 100. PTR by, this is a mathematics formula or not? So how this formula is coming, least bother about it. So what is the RHS value to be taken? PTR. So that simple interest is coming. So that you need to pay to the bank as what? Total amount is it, total amount to pay is equal to, total amount to be paying to the bank is equal to your principal amount plus what? SI. You need to add the P and then SP, that is SI. I mean, and the total amount you need to pay to the bank. Understood that? So we need to take what value? PTR. So answer my question now. I'm going to take up this example. Quickly answer the questions. So I'm going to write it. Simple int dot what? Py. Simple int dot py. So quickly dot py, program for calculating simple interest, and next is what? Total amount to pay. Total amount to pay. Total amount to pay. Start now. Come on. S is equal, P is equal to float of input of enter, enter principal amount. Enter principal amount. So if, suppose if you don't know principal amount, enter the value of P. Simple. Next is called what? T. Float of what? Input of what? Enter time. Enter what? Time. Okay, next. Or float of what? Input of what? Enter rate of interest. Rate of interest. Enter rate of interest. Okay, input reading is over. Calculate SI and TOT amount to pay. Come on, SI is equal to P star T star R by what? 100. Why? P star T star R by is I wrote in the bracket because slash is there. D will have more priority than star division. So done. TOT AMT. TOT AMT is equal to P plus what? SI. TOT amount is a variable. SI is a variable. Now I'm going to print the results. I'm going to print the results. So I'm going to print the results like this. So there I'm writing print of backslash T. What I will print? Principal amount. I will say principal amount. There I will write it. Dot format of what? P. Dot format of P. Print of what? Backslash T. Time. I'll say what? Time. I'll write a time. So there I'm writing dot format of what? T. So next I'm writing here backslash T. Rate of interest. Rate of interest I'm writing. So I'm writing there dot format of what? R. So there I will take up. There I will take up one more line I'm writing. Calculation part I'm writing next line. And here I'm writing print of backslash T. What is that? Simple interest. Interest is equal to dot format of SI. SI. Print of what I'm writing? Backslash T. What is the next? Total amount to pay. Total amount to pay. Total amount to pay is equal to dot format of what? TOT AMT. TOT AMT. Let us run this code. Simple. As you know that 1000 I'm going to take up. So 1000 I'm entering 2 and I'm saying 3. The moment when you say 1000 into 2 into 3 by what? 100. Two zeros cancel. 10 into 2 into 3 is called what? 60. 60 is called SI. SI. P plus SI. P plus SI. What is the P? 1000. 1000 plus 60. 1060 is called a total amount. So you see the results here. 1060 is our result. So principal amount, simple interest, total amount to pay. Like that, you can enter 5,000 and something like 12 and say something like, 12.5. You'll be getting the answer like this. Able to follow? This is how you can calculate this result. Any doubt? No doubt. You don't have the doubt. Now my doubt is, I will enter the principal amount, KVR I will enter. What will happen? What will happen? Error will come. What is that error? Value error. Value error. Already this is a pure STR. Trying to convert into which type? Where I taught. Go. You are all need to be careful enough in my class. Already I taught float. Here I am converting into pure STR. Pure STR into float type. Not possible. Which error? Value error. Very, very important. Why I said all these things before? Because in coding they are ultimate. You have to be careful enough. Say it is going to give value error, and interviewer will see top to bottom. Your program is not working. You will say. Then what you will do? What you will do? Next, you say enter the amount 10,000 3. Now I'll say k dot v. I will write it k dot v. What you will do? Value error. Value error. Then interviewer will look at top to bottom. Tell me what is happening. Your program is not working. You will say. What you will do? What you will do? In C language, I will in C language, if I enter like that, if I ask my sir, what sir will say? Get out from the class, he will say. This is called what? Data validation techniques we can call. What is that? Data validation techniques. These data validation techniques are very, very important. So in simple way, I will just show you here. Simple way I will write it. Right now, don't worry. I'll just want to show. You don't worry about it. Even I'm not going to post this code for you, which I'm explaining in the further for you, which I'm explaining to you. All these things I will explain students. This is a very dangerous concept. Exception handling concept we can call. This I will explain to you students. So there I am writing except value error I am writing. Here I am writing print. Don't enter ALNUMs, STRs and symbols for numerical values. Numerical values. Numerical values. Try again. This is the greatest code I am explaining in my class. Understand? So once it is done, I force. I'm writing something like that. I'm writing like this. Now I'm writing here, say something. Don't worry about it. I'm writing something here. Now you see. Do. I'm writing something. All these things I will explain to you very nicely in the class. Run this code now. Start. Close your eyes about that code. Just enjoy the code. 5,000. Say time is 2.3. 2.3. Let us say k dot v. See that. Don't enter alphanumerical values, symbols, and numerical values. Try again. Enter the principal amount. So 6,000. 6,000. Time is KVR dot dollar. Anything you enter, it is saying immediately the error. Enter the principal amount, KVR, or something like at the rate 123 dot 45. You enter whatever you like. You dance on the keyboard. It will say don't dance. Enter the principal amount. Enter the principal amount. You are going to say something like 45 point KVR you enter. Don't enter like that. You say something, you don't enter anything. Press enter key. Don't enter symbols. You say 5,000, you say some 3, and you say something like 5. Answer is coming out. This is subject and like everybody, hundreds of institutes are there, they don't tell anything. They will tell like your C language, how they taught, your teachers taught, like that they will tell. SAR only will enter the value, SAR only will say, this is only the value, you survive with that. Person like me, if you come to my company, I will ask this type of questions. Will you answer it? Nobody will answer. In real-time coding, it will be like that only. This type of data validations are important. online students. So I think this kind of code, what I written it. So this lines of code, what I written it, don't worry about it. This code is not necessary to worry about it. What I wrote it, you also will be learning in my class. Right now, I'm not going to write that. Just for your awareness purpose, just to get the doubt on that what I am explaining, instead of just thinking what sir will explain, instead of just moving the head horizontally, you should have the questioning power. What sir is saying, like that, if you say horizontally like this, balancing, it's not correct. Questioning mentality is required. Questioning. And don't ask me why sun rises in the east like that. You don't ask. Questioning. Suppose, sir, you are entering numerical value. You enter string value, what will happen? You enter other value, what will happen? But questioning. Don't ask why mango is sweet like that. You don't ask. That question's answer is not there with me. So, but in never imagined this is I'm going to learn Python. Thank you, thank you. Okay. So this I will not only this great coding I'll explain. Greatest coding that never suit to any teacher in your lifetime. That's why don't miss my classes. You'll be getting. Are you following me? And your life is only coding. That coding, if you start, see how I started slowly. Before that, what I covered? Input function. Before that, I was already covered what? Typecasting. Before that, I was already covered data types. All those things we will use daily. So many number of questions are there with me. So many questions are there. All those questions, if you solve it, you will become a greatest student. But generally, no student will do it. You are doing that. That you do it in the class, students. You will get it. So, okay, now 2 homeworks are given. Will you do that? If you don't do homework, I don't say anything for you because your individual interest to do the homework. Okay, now fine. So next term, I will go for okay. Tomorrow class, what is my concept? I am going to enter operators. So print function will be continued. Input function will be continued. Tomorrow next. Now we are going to talk separate topics are going to start. Don't miss tomorrow class. Operators I am going to discuss. Thank you. All the best. Carry on.